Good morning, students. Welcome back to history class. Dear students, yesterday I explained about socio-religious reforms movement in medieval period. Socio-religious reform movement in medieval India. Hinduism, with the passage of time, it developed many rigidity, many defects. Due to these rigidities, due to many defects in religion, the peoples were looking forward for the new religion. Peoples were looking forward for that new changes, reforms in the societies. So, reforms are changes brought by a number of social reformers. A number of social reformers in ancient India, number of social reformers in medieval India, and number of social reformers in modern India. Remember, now we will discuss about that socio-religious reformers in medieval period. The important socio-religious reformers in medieval period, they were Shankaracharya, Ramanuja, Madhva and Basaveshwara. All these social reformers, they strived hard work to bring changes in the societies, to bring changes in the countries. Yes, students. Usually, all these social reformers, they clarified the principles of Hindu religion and philosophy. They clarified the principles of Hindu religion and philosophies. And all the social reformers they were aimed at eradicating social evils, blind beliefs, superstitions, and also achieving equality in the societies was the main aim. What was the aim? To achieve equality in the societies, to bring unity among the Indians, to bring unity in the societies, and also there. And in this, we discuss about that. The great person, he was the first important social reformer in medieval period. He was Shankaracharya. Dear student, you should know the information, the contribution of Shankaracharya to revival of Hinduism to bring changes in the societies. The contribution of Shankaracharya. So about this, the first Shankaracharya, who played important role in the societies during medieval period. He brought a lot of changes in religion. He brought equality, tried to bring equality, unity in the societies. Mainly, he was Shankaracharya. Yes, Shankaracharya, he was called as Jagat Guru. He was called as Sarvagna, the person, the saint who advocated, who propounded Advaita philosophy. Through the Advaita philosophy, he brought changes in the societies. And Shankaracharya, he played important role to bring changes in the societies through that Advaita philosophy. Advaita means monism. Advaita means non-dualities. And according to Advaita philosophy, Shankaracharya, he told that Brahma is supreme God. Brahma is the God, ultimatum truth. And he stated, Aham Brahmasmi. Shankaracharya said, Aham Brahmasmi. Regarding the information about Shankaracharya, we will discuss in this period. Life story, his contributions, and his Advaita philosophy, all these information we will discuss about Shankaracharya in this class. Dear students, Shankaracharya, the period was 788 to 820 CE. CE means Common Era or Christian Era. It was the period of Shankaracharya, who was called as a Sarvagna, who was called as a Jagat Guru, and also known as Shanmata Sthapanacharya. What is the meaning of Shanmata Sthapanacharya? Before that, so I will explain about early life of Shankaracharya. Yes, Shankaracharya, he was born 788 CE. Where he was born? When he was born? He was born in the year 788 CE. Yes, he was born at. It means the birthplace of Shankaracharya, Kaladi in Kerala. Yes. So which is the birthplace of Shankaracharya? Shankaracharya born at Kaladi or Kaladi in Kerala. Yes, the parents of Shankaracharya, father Shiva Guru, mother Aryamba. Yes, Shiva Guru and Aryamba were the parents of Shankaracharya. Yes, Shankaracharya's philosophy. Yes, he advocated, he propounded the philosophy named Advaita philosophy. He propounded Advaita philosophy, and his teacher, the teacher of Shankaracharya, remember that Shankaracharya, he became a sannyasi because he was not interested in worldly life. Shankaracharya was not interested in worldly life, so he became a sannyasi. He became a sannyasi with the permission of his mother. So Aryamba gave permission to Shankaracharya to become sannyasi. Later, he met his teacher. Shankaracharya met his teacher, his guru. He was Govinda Bhagavatpada. Shankaracharya met his guru Govinda Bhagavatpada on the bank of river Narmadas. He got lot of information. He received lot of information, knowledge from his guru Govinda Bhagavatpada. That's what teacher of Shankaracharya. Who was the teacher of Shankaracharya? Govinda Bhagavatpada. Yes. So Govinda Bhagavatpada, he was the teacher, tutor, guru of Shankaracharya. So later he advocated Advaita philosophies. When he met his teacher, Guru Govinda Bhagavatpada on the bank of river Narmada, after he became a ascetic. When he became a ascetic, Shankaracharya toured all over India thrice. Remember that is. When he became a sannyasi, when he met his guru Govinda Bhagavatpada, later he toured all over India thrice and visited holy place. Shankaracharya visited Banarasam, Pataliputra, Kasi, Kanchi and all etc. remaining places, Tirupatis, and visited holy place and established 4 monasteries in 4 directions of the country. Remember, Shankaracharya established, after visiting all over India thrice, he established 4 monasteries in the length and breadth of the countries. He founded 4 monasteries across the countries. 1 monastery, Mata, built in north, another Mata built in south, east and west in 4 directions. East, west and north side, he established 4 matas, 4 monasteries. So all this information. And he had the title, remember that? The titles of Shankaracharya. So after all these achievements, Shankaracharya, he had the title. Remember, the titles of Shankaracharya, he was Sarvagna. One title, next he was called as a Jagat Guru. Yes. Jagat Guru and Sarvagna were the titles of Shankaracharya. Yes, students, he had given a tremendous contribution through that Advaita philosophies. So, Shankaracharya's titles after, remember students, and he also wrote many literature. Shankaracharya, he wrote many literature. So the important literature of Shankaracharya, students, I will write down here. Literature: Saundarya Lahari, Ananda Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, Saundarya Lahari, Ananda Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, Vivek Chudamani, yes, Vivek Chudamani and Bhaja Govindam. Yes, so these were the literature written, composed by Shankaracharya. Yes, students, and also wrote commentaries. He wrote commentaries. Shankaracharya, he wrote commentaries. So he wrote commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra. Yes, Shankaracharya wrote commentaries. The first one, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. So and also he was called as a Shanmata Sthapanacharya. Why Shankaracharya called as a Shanmata Sthapanacharya? Give reason. Shankaracharya called as a Shanmata Sthapanacharya because he attempted unifying different cults. Shankaracharya attempted unifying different cults and he gave importance to worship 6 gods. Remember, he gave importance to worship 6 gods. 1, Shiva, Surya, Shakti. SQ. He gave importance to worship Shiva, Surya, Shakti, Vishnu, Ganesha and Kumara. That's what he was called as. Hence he was called as a Shanmata Sthapanacharya. Shankaracharya, he attempted unifying different cults. He gave importance to worship gods name. He gave importance to worship Shiva, Surya, Shakti, Vishnu, Ganesha and Kumara. Hence he was called as Shanmata Sthapanacharya. After all this contribution, after Advaita philosophy, Shankaracharya, he was died at young age. He was passed away. He was died at young age at the age of 32. In the year 820, Shankaracharya was passed away. And during his period, during his life period, he had given a tremendous contribution for the development of, the progress of, the growth of Advaita philosophy. The meaning and contribution of Advaita philosophy we will discuss in that in the next period. Remember students, it was that early life of Shankaracharya. Life story of Shankaracharya. Remember, Shankaracharya was born in 788 CE. Birthplace Kaladi in Kerala. Father Shivaguru, mother Aryamba. Shankaracharya became a sannyasi because he did not show much interest in worldly life. He did not show interest in worldly life, so he became a sannyasi with the permission of his mother Aryamba. Later, he met his guru Govinda Bhagavad-pada on the bank of river Narmada. After becoming ascetic, when he became ascetic, Shankaracharya toured all over India thrice and visited holy place. He visited Tirupati, visited Banarasa, visited Kasi, Kanchi, like that, etc. important places he visited. And after visiting, Shankaracharya advocated the philosophy Advaita. Shankara, Advaita. He advocated Advaita philosophy. After the Advaita philosophy, he established 4 monasteries in 4 directions of the country. Shankaracharya established 4 monasteries in the 4 directions of the country. 1. Govardhana Pita. Shankaracharya established Govardhana Pita in Puri. He established Kalika Pita in Dwaraka, and he established Jyotir Mata, Jyotir Pita in Badri, and he established Sharda Pita in Sringeri. One in Uttaranchal, another one in Gujarat, next in Odisha, and in Karnataka. In the length and breadth of India, he founded 4 monasteries and also gave importance to worship 6 gods. Hence he was called as a Shenmata Sthapanacharya, and he had the title Sarvagnya and Jagadguru. Remember students, and also wrote literature Saundarya Lahari, Ananda Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, Viveka Chudamani, Bhaja Govindam were the literatures of Shankaracharya, and he also wrote commentaries, important commentaries, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads. So all these achievements, after his contributions, Shankaracharya, he was died at young age in the year 820. At the age of 32, Shankaracharya was passed away. So the information, the achievements of Advaita philosophy, we will discuss in the next period. Thank you, students.